So the basis of OzCane is obviously the cane. And if you look at this cane, we have heavy padding on both ends for training. There's a lot of tape in the middle to stop splintering. It's not really padding, but we don't. Every now and then we do hit ourselves with this, but we also have padded gloves when we're sparring. So this is the basis of the training, or at least the first thing you will learn in OzCane is the cane. We start with a weapon like the Philippine arts do. What else can we say about it? Now if you look at some of the techniques we use with the cane, you'll find that they don't always translate to a useful implement like an umbrella. So here we go. So if I go to strike William in the head with the butt end of the cane, and he blocks it, so most people would say, well, what do you do here? Well, that's an easy one. You just keep on going. Okay, so we're in, bang, crunch, and that's going to be a straight through. Now, as you can imagine, this won't be that thick. It'll probably be some thin cane, wallop, and that'll get you through. But there you go. When this translates to an umbrella, you've got to understand this is a different implement altogether. Now, if you look at an umbrella and the cane, yep, so we have a nice thick end here. We might be the same diameter, it might be a small end, but an umbrella has obviously a thicker end. Sometimes it has a hook, and it has this rather nasty thin end, which is the bit you really want to use. So now we have something different, and in between we have material, and this can be a bit of a pain as well. It can be wet, which make it slippery. It can be loose, and this is what we need to think about. If I was to strike William, he was to block it here, and I wanted to do that same move, that actually hurt. Then I've got all these metal things to contend with. Some might be broken and tear into me. That actually hurt quite a bit. I always like to test things. The other thing is, it may be that I strike William and my thumb gets caught in the material. Even if it didn't get caught in material, it's a real drag because you have loose material. So that technique probably isn't going to work for the umbrella. So if you're going to look at translating your cane or rattan stick techniques into an umbrella, it's a good idea to train with an umbrella and understand how this weapon works. One of the good things about this though is this pointy end. If William's an adversary, this is actually quite intimidating.
No way,
no, not a million years.
No
so
way.
this, and we do have a bayonet stance we use, but this is actually not a bad. Wherever William goes, I'm going to track him. So if he wants to step sideways, it's never going to feel good. Now he doesn't want to grab that because I'm going to shove it straight in him. And if he went to, just for a feint, bang, that's going to go straight in. This, anywhere here, this is kind of a nastier weapon because of this end. But that's what makes it different to a stick. And there's certain techniques you can't do, there's certain techniques you can do, and there's certain techniques that are really enhanced. Having said that, we also have the possibility of using a shorter stick. This one is made of junk mail, which I'll come and show you. So that's junk mail taped up. I've had this for about 9 years now. It's been sitting in the car, never been used. That's a good thing. But look, when you tape it up, this is as solid as a piece of down. So again, even if I had something short like that, or I quickly roll up a magazine tight, I can use techniques. William goes to hit me, we can do the same techniques we may use in harness. So something like this, we may have a double-handed here, in the nose, bang. So this is, short stick translates from the long stick. In fact, when we did practice with the cane for quite a while, we just took a short stick one day and said, I wonder what we can do with this, and voila, it just worked. So you'll find a short stick translates from whatever techniques you do with a long stick regardless. Even this, if William was there, just bang, straight through. That works quite well. Yeah. Then we get and take him shorter like a pen. So how do your techniques work with a pen? Well, we find that we use palm strikes, but we use a lot of hammer fist. And hammer fist goes well with a pen. He goes to strike, bang. I may hit it with the pen. I may hit it here. Here we go. Here. Under the chin. into the chest. Sorry. Scrape down the arm. You can do an X strike down the chest, an X strike down the face, the neck. So a pen's quite handy for this sort of technique. Of course, if you undo it. This is a combat pen, so you know it's metal. If you're going to use a biro, I guess you stick your thumb on the end because they're more slippery, and I have tried those at work in the elevator. So with this, you can use both ends. The thing to keep in mind is your ware stick, duro, the Philippine stick. You do a lot of these techniques, but don't forget that just a simple scraping, if William was trying to grab me or hit me and I keep scraping against the arm, it's an awful weapon. It cuts a lot of skin, it feels horrible. We've tested it, of course. And the other thing that could be used...
Oh yeah, the other thing I carry in my car is a small metal torch like this one, which is quite handy too. Same thing. There,
Yeah.
up there, there, back down the arm, rib cage, up there. Plus you've got the torch, the light, if it's at night time, straight into the eyes.
Yeah.
But just on its own, you've got carry it in the middle. So you've got this end, you can use this end and this end. You've got both ends, you've got there, there. Don't carry it this end, you only got one. If you carry it in the middle, you've got two ends to strike with. So it makes it more effective. Hammer, down, up, any way you want. Now it's more effective.
And one of the things I like about this torch as well, I've got a similar one from Dills Direct, is the button on the end, which makes it kind of easy. Our batteries are a bit, but kind of easy to switch it on at night, and some of them are pretty powerful during the day. It's good if someone's an adversary and they're like, yeah, wallop, and you just, this in the eyes is enough to make them go, yeah, that's kind of ended the game right there. So you don't even have to touch them. It's a no-touch, it's a no-touch technique. Yeah, people throw people around by not touching them. Yeah, right, that works. But this does. And when I first got my torch at home, I got mine from Dills Direct. I shone it in my eyes just to see. And for the next 8 minutes, I had these purple and green blotches. So, you know, at night, it was a great feeling, like, oh, bugger off, man. They're like, okay, if you can't see, they're not going to fight, okay? So
Stick the hands from here and go up to the button, or down from the button here, you can move it down. Once the torch is on, once the torch is on, you can move your hand to here. The torch is already on, then you can actually use both ends.
and keep flashing them.
Yep, you've got the flash.
Yeah.
So it's quite a useful thing. I only got this from the supermarket. I always carry it in my car. It comes in handy. I always have it sitting by the door, so it's easy to grab.
Yeah, that's the thing I was going to mention. When you do martial arts for a while, and we've been doing it for years, there's a paranoia that creeps in. And I know at work they say, "You're paranoid, man." I'm like, hey, damn straight I'm paranoid. But all these instruments can come from that one cane movement, and it's a good idea to, it doesn't matter if you just do a certain length baton, see what techniques will be used with other implements, and see what works and what doesn't. Like we said, an umbrella is a different beast to a cane. It's a different beast to a stick. So if you get one, is it going to behave the same way? So if you've got an umbrella, just get it, use it, see if some techniques work, find out what the limitations are, find out what the advantages are.
We just carry simple things in your car like the torch, rolled up things.
Or carry this in your pocket.
Or just the rolled up.
Yeah, or rolled up magazines.
And these things are legal to carry and you can carry them with you.
Yeah, sorry I didn't mention that. In Australia, everything is banned. Other countries you get to, we used to be able to buy nunchuckers and all this cool stuff in the past. You know, kids, we used to have nunchuckers. Then some clown went ape one night in a disco somewhere with a nunchuck and a samurai sword, and everything got banned. So we can use everyday items without having to have a license and without getting questioned too much. Not that we're going around belting people with them for fun or for giggles, but these are the things that we're likely to defend ourselves with because of that.
That's all you've got left, but they work.
Hey, they work. That's it.
Yep.